Welcome to my garden, September 26th, 2020. Here, our shishito pepper has not stopped yet. I picked a bunch, probably 50 of them so far, and it just keeps reloading. Got this really big one, biggest one we've got so far. And this one's been on there for a really long time. I'm hoping for it to ripen so that I can take the seeds, because I definitely want to grow this plant again. It's pretty small. Now I know how big these plants are. I kind of space them out a little bit better. I mean, I'll probably keep the spacing the same. It's just where I put them will be different. This is a gypsy. I was waiting a long time for trying to get the pepper off of it so that I can get seeds off of it too. Finally I got one. It's ripe. Once I picked it, it's starting to produce more now. They'll probably get pretty small, but maybe I'll just pickle them. And then I got a jalapeno here, just like a regular jalapeno. They're kind of small. They tend to crack a lot, and I don't get a whole lot. I mean, I get a pretty decent amount. I mean, I'll probably get 20 of them off of it, but the sriracha behind it, which here is going to be a ripened seed pod, this thing is enormous. And after I picked the last batch, it created a whole bunch of more ones. So definitely going to grow that one again. So saving these seeds is pretty important, especially when you do all your test cropping. Now this plant is a tomato, I'm not sure what kind, but it is started off as just a clipping, and I rooted it, and then I planted that a little bit later in the season. Didn't really know what would happen. I think I'll try to do that just a little bit earlier. There we go. And here I got a cayenne pepper, and another one here, and another one here. Now technically this one is actually just one, and it's got a pretty stable root base, but these other ones, they're kind of, there's like 2 or 3 together. Even on this one, I think I got like 2 stalks, so there's actually like 3 plants here. So they're kind of starving each other out, and they're the same variety, and I noticed that the plant that I left by itself has a very, very wide pepper, almost all of them. But you go over here to the ones that are kind of mixed up, you get a kind of a more thin, not so full, more of like a stringy looking peppers. So I definitely think that there's, you know, something going on with nutrients not getting passed around right when you got 2 or 3 plants next to each other. And then our Tabasco, which definitely gonna keep growing this as long as I can find uses for it. I think I'm going to be drying these out and then turning them into like a pepper powder, because these peppers, not only do they bring the heat, but they have an excellent flavor. So yeah, I mean, back to the cayenne. I mean, there's lots everywhere on this too. Like you've seen this in the last video. I've only pulled probably about a half a dozen ripe ones off of it so far, but they keep coming really fast, and I believe they're all going to ripen here pretty soon. So this is another hybrid or clone plant. I made the same mistake in the last video. This one really is not doing anything, and I think it's worthless. I mean, it's got these flowers, but I think it's just way too late for this to do anything. But on to another plant. This one is another one of my clones, and this one somehow really took off really well. Pretty sure it might have been a seedling that I moved over here, because it's kind of hard when you got to get that root system going. It takes a little while before they can produce. I mean, these ones were definitely taken from cuttings, but now that they've developed a good root base, they're starting to actually get some tomatoes. And then this is some random one that produces sometimes large ones that are kind of like have 2 or 3 connected, and then a lot of these smaller ones that are about the size of a golf ball or a big golf ball, and it gets a lot of them. Good flavor. And then cucumbers are kind of look like they're dying out. I got like a cucumber bug or something. Well, I've already pulled 3 big ones off of here. And you probably seen all those white flies. I don't know if you can see those. These white flies, they'll bite little holes in your leaves. But I got a cucumber here that's starting to get big. Got another one down here that I hope the slugs don't get at that one because it's so low. And then I got another one. Let's look through the hole. Another one's right there. Do you see it? More tomatoes. This is a Better Boy variety. It's my second tallest tomato. This one has produced a lot and continues to produce a lot. I don't know if all of these are going to ripen, but they'll definitely, I've heard you can can these things, and I don't know what a canned tomato tastes like or a pickled tomato, but I'm definitely willing to try. Abraham Lincoln, #1.